Video is sponsored by Moomoo. If you guys want some free money, free stocks, and I'm talking about pretty good stocks, check out the link in the description below. Click on it, make yourselves a Moomoo account, deposit some money, and get some free stocks, free money. It's super great. Okay, we gotta talk about AMC here because some big things are going on with the stock, and we all have to know. And the latest failure to deliver numbers have just came out, and this will be affecting the stock price very, very soon. And we will be talking about some really big things are happening, some hedge fund movements, some volatility, and what is gonna happen to AMC stock. And after our first FTD squeeze, we actually gonna get a good clue of what's gonna happen in the coming weeks. So strap up and let's talk about this. First of all, last few weeks, we do have the FTD data coming out. These are essentially failure to delivers. If you guys don't know what these are, let's say you buy an option of AMC at $30, okay? $30 is obviously in the money. And let's say at the end of the week, AMC is at $40. Congratulations, your option's in the money and you now have the opportunity to exercise the option and buy 100 shares of AMC at $30 a share, even though the market is at $40. So you just profited $10 per share times that by 100 shares. You just made like an easy 1,000 bucks. But here's the thing, you want your shares and you will get them, but the market makers sometimes do not have shares on their hands. So they make phantom shares and give you the phantom shares. But after 35 days, usually they wait till the last second, they have to buy the real shares and swap it out with the phantom shares. That way you won't have a bunch of phantom shares, a bunch of fake shares roaming around on the stock market, because that'll cause a bunch of chaos, because phantom shares are literally fake shares and market makers have to get it back. They got to buy the real shares and swap it out with the phantom shares. And the only reason why you have this many FTD numbers is because of naked shorting, because you're literally shorting shares that don't even exist. That's called naked shorts, and that's what's going on here. Now, another big thing that everyone needs to keep in mind is the price of AMC. You do see the volatility. A week ago, we did have a bunch of people talk about, oh, hey, we should all probably be looking into AMC. Some big things are happening with the stock. A couple weeks ago, we did have this phenomenon of AMC literally dropping all the way down to $37, $38. That was a pretty detrimental drop. And from the very bottom all the way to the very top, AMC essentially recovered from the bottom to the top 28 to 29%. Now, in my previous video, I did talk about the FTD squeeze, because at that time, AMC and all the shorts, market makers and firms and stuff like that have to buy back at least bare minimum of 2.5 million shares. That was bare minimum. It was probably 3 or maybe even 5 million shares. We don't know, but bare minimum 2.5 million shares. And after they purchased that stock, after tanking so much, they bought in at a cheap price, send the stock flying from the very bottom to the very top, 28% difference. Now, ChargePoint stock and also Sin's stock, these guys also had their own FTD squeeze, and they rose roughly 25 to 40% respectively around that area, very similar to AMC. So that was an FTD squeeze because they had to buy back a ton of these shares. If you check out this data right here, you do have the brand new FTD numbers for last month, June. And we're going to be focusing on June 15th to June 30th. And if you do some calculations, it's roughly going to be $1.5 billion of AMC shares. That is a lot. And I got the $1.5 billion number from an estimated AMC stock price of $40 to $41. I know AMC right now is at a pretty low price of 34. And the reason why I'm using the 40 and 41 is because when you start buying all those shares, the price goes up. So you got to like cost dollar average up. So that's a lot of money owed. And the only way to get this many FTDs is simply naked shorting and not deliver a bunch of the shares that are owed to the options traders. And this is why some people have been saying that there's suspicious activity of AMC, because there is the max pain. This is where the strike price will be at expiration that will cause the greatest financial loss for the largest number of option holders, and in this case, call holders. Because calls, if they're in the money, you have the opportunity to exercise them, and everyone is going to exercise them. And one big thing about that's been surging around AMC and everyone talk about it is the price is moving with the max pain. For this week, max pain is 43. So if AMC stays below $43 a share, then that will cause the greatest amount of losses for the call holders. This is why there seems to be some stigma going on Reddit and Twitter about telling retail traders to stay away from call options, because the implied volatility is super high, indicating a very inflated price, but you don't really get anything in return. What I mean by this is you barely make any money from this because you keep losing money. I mean, obviously call options can make you a lot of cash, but a lot of times this money goes to the pockets of the market makers that sold you the call options. That's what's going on. And we do have a lot of this crazy data coming out about the FTDs. So just be aware about that. And what's really crazier is AMC is a pretty decent company with very, very good fundamentals. And even orders by Fidelity customers, all right? The buy orders essentially outnumber the sell orders. And sometimes it outnumbers it by 2 to 1. If you also check out the options for next week, it's even more wild, all right? The call options essentially is 157,000 versus 94,000. That's crazy. At one point, the calls for next week were outnumbering the puts by 2 to 1. And we also have been seeing a lot of synthetic short positions being opened, because I just saw a sudden increase of the amount of put open interest, because now the puts have went up a decent amount. Instead of having a ratio that was 2 to 1, now the ratio is getting a little bit closer to 1 to 1. Now, what I'm talking about here is if you sell a call and buy a put, same expiration, same strike, you can actually create a synthetic short position, which you can actually bet the stock going down with without actually shorting the stock on the free float physically, which is pretty dangerous. So that's what's going on. There seems to be a lot of really wild stuff happening at AMC, and there's still a lot of things that retail traders and even I don't even know, because we're still discovering a bunch of brand new things about AMC. There's still a lot of brand new stuff about the stock. We're learning every single day here. I'm not an expert at all on AMC. In fact, I'm still learning a bunch of stuff about the stock. It's a very interesting stock. In fact, the amount of new information coming out from the apes and also from social media is absolutely crazy, all right? And we also have been seeing huge amounts of buying, a lot of inflow coming in. You clearly see from yesterday, the inflow was 280,000 versus 234,000. And Fidelity for the past several weeks actually has always gotten more buy orders and more sell orders, but the stock, interesting enough, is going down. So really odd stuff is happening to AMC. You can't blame the stock. In fact, there's even a lot of reports saying how there's a lot of manipulation going on with AMC. And look at this. You also have a slow and steady increase in volume. So something suspicious is definitely brewing in the AMC stock. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Make sure you guys check out the private Discord server, guys. Link in the description below. For example, a few days we made like a massive Disney call, made like 170%. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. It's free until August 1st. Once again, link in the description below. We have a lot of amazing people, like almost 2,000 members on here. We offer 24/7 hour support. If you have any questions about options, stocks, or crypto, we're here to help. And also check out BlockFi as well if you love crypto. It's a really amazing brokerage or exchange to definitely buy crypto on. You can also get $250 worth of cryptocurrency, and also you can also earn interest of your crypto, which is pretty nice. That's about it. See you guys later. We got a lot more stuff coming in about AMC, and stock is getting spicy.